Hey everybody, and welcome to the ZONA ALFA Battle Reports. I'm back today with Patrick Todoroff's sort of Roadside Picnic / Stalker inspired miniature game. Ready to take my crew back for some adventures. I'm going to try and do the 10,000 rule plan because there are some solo rules now available for the game. And I wanted to kind of work my way through and have some adventures. We played a couple games. I built a cool model collection for it. I've even expanded it a little bit. I got some cool terrain, and we're back in lockdown. So why not? Let's have an adventure. Let's roll and see what the random mission table in ZONA ALFA brings, and check out these solo rules. So I'm going to show you my new crew. I'll show you the table, and we'll get this underway. So here's my team of tough as nails independents, ready to head into the Canadian exclusion zone to do the work they're hired to do. No job too dirty, no risk too big, no payday too large. For the ministers, this is my my sort of like mercenary crew ready to go and rock and roll in the zone. In the cool lightning bolt gas mask there, we have John A. He's the veteran leader with 2 wounds, only model here with 2 wounds. He's at the leader skill and he's hard, +1 to his will checks if he deflects stuff when he's wearing his military body armor. He's got a pretty good deflection rate. He's like, military body armor is like a deflection of 6 or less. So unless he's getting hit by like really hard rounds, he's going to bounce a lot of stuff off he gets shot at. Or stabbed. And then his other slots, he's got some red dot sight for his AK-74 there. His slot number 2, he's got a gas mask, obviously, and then he's also carrying a med kit. Other weapons, he's got a MP-43 pistol. He's got a couple of hand grenades. And then his best friend over there, we've got Solid Mulrooney with his AK-74 as well. He's a veteran, so he's the other veteran in the crew. Remember, I got 12 like skill points basically, or training level points to buy this warband with, and the leader's always 3. So you got 9 left to spend. So I got 1 veteran to go with him. It's his best friend. They serve together, obviously, and because of that, he's got steady hands and hard as well as his 2 skills. Steady hands gives him +1 to all his range attacks, which is kind of cool. And then his civilian body armor, he doesn't have the quite as good set of like tactical play. He's wearing like a ballistic mask and stuff compared to Solid Mulrooney there. So his other gear, he's got a red dot sight as well for his AK-74. He's got some binoculars and a med kit because you don't go in the zone without a way of healing yourself. And then other things, he's also got a pistol and he has smoke grenades instead of some hand grenades just to give him a little more tactical flexibility. On the right, we got our 2 hardened fellas. So we're at 6 so far to 12 spent. These 2 guys are 2 each, taking us to 10. And that is Chrétien there with the sniper rifle. He's got steady hands as well for some +1 range attack. He's also a pretty good shot. And then civilian body armor and his 2 slots that he gets. He has a scope, which as independents we get a single scope for free. We don't normally get to start with advanced equipment, but this is their gear that they get as a bonus. And he traded a red dot sight that he came with into my stash for it, and then a med kit as well, because why not? He's got a knife, sniper rifle, and 2 smoke grenades for some shoot and scoot. And then back there we got Trudeau Senior in his like sort of like charging glory, and he is also trained. He's got hustle as his skill, +2 move if he does 2 actions to moving in the single turn. And that makes him a little bit faster, and he gets to get up there. He's got electric juice because he likes to party. Give him extra action for a turn. But then he goes down to 1 action the next turn, so he basically can like jazz up for 1 round if he hits the sauce. And then his other thing's a med kit. His weapons, he's got an SMG and a battle rifle. So the battle rifle is basically like a lower rate of fire but higher damage version of the AK or the assault rifle. And then his SMG is like a high rate of fire, close range, and can also be used in melee, which is pretty cool. And he's got 2 hand grenades. 2 left to spend. We go to the back here for my 2 rookies. We got TJ and Benny, and these 2 guys are only able to carry a single melee, a single ranged, and then 2 grenades and 1 piece of gear. They get no skills to start off with because they're just rookies, 1 action each. So obviously their 2 pieces of gear are gas masks, keeping their faces safe. And then melee on the left, he's got a battle rifle and a shotgun, a couple hand grenades, and then on the right we got an AK-74 and a knife and a couple hand grenades. And that's the group going in the zone. Independents get a 30% cost reduction for hardened fighters because people are gonna join up with folks that know what they're doing. And we got the free scope med kit, and I believe it's gas mask that's gonna go in the stash to start off with that we just get for being independents. It's just our sort of like starting gear. But it's handy because it means the sniper can start with a scope, so he'll get +1 at long range or over half. Actually, I might give him the red dot as well, because then he just gets +1 all the time. Because otherwise, he only gets, it's funny, on a 36-inch table, the scope doesn't make a ton of sense, because he's almost never going to get the bonus for it. Yeah, because it's 16-inch range, so it's +1 over 30, which would normally be great, but isn't super great when you're playing solo games. So we're going to give him the red dot sight too and take his med kit off and put that back in the stash. We have two spare med kits for in between games. Here's the zone we're going to venture into today. So obviously overgrown. This is where some type of terrible, you know, like event has taken place, some type of like dimensional rip or a terrible science experiment or a nuclear reactor gone wrong, and we're being sent in to retrieve some stuff. So this is somewhere in, let's say, the industrial wastelands of Canada. You know, like this could be like, this could very easily be Hamilton or Oshawa or Windsor. And this zone has been closed off for years. You can see it's pretty much overgrown. A lot of the workshops and stuff are starting to crumble, and a lot of like the supplies and stuff are just stacked up on top of each other. So here's my print off of Lone Wolves. The exclusion zone is a landscape marred by extreme weather, intense radiation, mutated wildlife, bizarre creatures, and strange micro distortions in the flow of space and time. It's a place of ghost towns and hideouts, Cold War bunkers, and secret labs, a region where the laws of man and nature are bent and broken. Like 1970s Canada. The most heavily quarantined area in the planet, the zone is home to scavengers and treasure hunters, criminals and rogue scientists, mercenaries and fugitives. It's the last stop for the mad and the last chance for the desperate. Mysterious, dangerous, and infinitely alluring, the zone is a tough place to get to and certainly a bad place to go alone. Yet, here you are. So 2 challenges. So option 1, we're going to be on a 3x3, and this forces us to interact with the hotspots and hostiles. Crew of 1 to 4 members of veteran, hardened, and green. Hardened and green generally don't survive. Well, we're doing it anyway. Increased number of hotspots to threat level times 2 plus 1. So we're going to have 3 right now, because we're at threat level 1 right now. In addition, 1 additional hotspot in the small mission area ratchets the tension up a bit. And of course, increase the possibility of valuable salvage. And threat level 2 hotspots are increased to 5. Start the mission with 1 hotspot already triggered and its own hostiles deployed on the board. Pick one that works for your scenario and place them on the table per the deployment rules. They provide immediate threat to be countered and or avoided. So we'll have 1 already triggered. There's going to be 3 on the table. And we're also going to use option 2. Increase the salvage value, add 25% to salvage, bump the turn limit by 1. So normally it'd be 4 plus D3, because we're in the small zone. And split your mission objective. So try and have something narratively that you have to do 2 steps to. Not just go and do something, maybe go and get off the table, or go and do something like where there's a stage 1 and a stage 2 to the mission. And then option 2, take off the leash, and have the zone hostiles not stop at 12 inches away from their zone, which makes sense. Attack on sight. Always attack players when they can see them, even at threat level 1. And introduce a little anarchy. During the activation sequence, zone hostiles can interrupt the player's turn. After the first player model takes its actions, roll a d6 on a 10. All the spawn creatures and enemies will take their turn. And then after that, if nothing happens, on a 9, on an 8, so on. So basically, normally they'll all go after all my character models go, because we're not alternating against a live opponent. But the D10 system means that there's a chance they'll trigger every activation and just all jump on us all at once and interrupt our action, which I like. Awesomely, we have a scenario mission generator, and we're going to try and play until we get to either 10,000 rubles or everybody's dead, because that's our retirement. This is what the two like of the leaders here, John A. and Mulrooney, or we'll just call them Solid, are trying to get to, so they can retire. They've taken their friends with them. So first, there's our action. 6, we're trying to escort or steal. The item is 1, a data recorder, from 1, a disabled vehicle. That's convenient. I have a disabled vehicle and a data recorder. First hotspot obviously is going to be the truck. Let's roll to see what's guarding it. It's going to be 5, which is 4 rad ghouls. One scatters D10 from that center point, so it's going to be 9 inches this way. So first one. Second one's going to be 5 inches over here. I'm just eyeballing this because it doesn't super matter. Third one's going to be 5 inches this way. So about there. And the last one is 7 inches forward. Sweet. Wow, they're right in my face. Who doesn't love that? I'm super happy with these. These are my kind of like, what was that movie called? Pulse ghosts, or Pulse zombies, where it's like, these are like the radiation ghosts, kind of the specters from Metro 2033. I like the idea of these like kind of almost like like shadows of people that would come and try and fight us. Obviously something went horribly wrong with that car. See the two hotspots in this building and this pile of crates. 4 plus D3, so 5 plus D3 because we're playing solo. So that's going to be 6 total, 6 turns. All the solo rules for this, we're going to try and not just retrieve that at the end of the game, but also get it off the table, make it 2 parts. So we have to try and exit the board with that thing. Level 1, these guys of course have 1 action. They can move 4 inches. They have a combat ability of 4. They have an armor of 6 though because they are zombies. No will, and they have teeth and claws, so 1 attack at 0 damage if they hit me. Try and get this and get away, and of course also search the areas because we want to get some rubles. And get to retirement. So let's do some deployment. So we're deployed. I'm starting with the man legend John A. hanging out over here with Trudeau Senior and one of the two youngsters. That's Benny. Then over here we've got JT along with Solids, and then of course the man, the legend, that is Chrétien. After my first activation, we're going to roll to see if any of these guys jump us. And if we roll a 6, of course, we get an anomaly and potentially an artifact when we start to investigate these other 2 locations. Start with the boss. These kids only have 1 action, so he's going to spend his first action on an order. That means he can transfer an action to them. Now, they only walk 5, but I want to get that shotgun in range if I can. So we'll get him to take a free action with our first action. Then second action, we'll move up to here. And third action, we'll fire our AK-74 into that closest zombie. We'll fire at the furthest zombie. Move slightly laterally and fire at the furthest one because it just makes more sense. AK-74 has 3 dice. We're not obscured here. So, you know what? I think we are. Actually, just ever so slightly. Yeah, so we -1. So combat 6, and that means down to 5. 5 or less to hit with these dice. Let's see if we got 4 will hit. Damage 1. The armor is 6 on the zombie, so 5 or less, it'll bounce. It does. These automatically pass their will check, so no falling down. And now let's see if we trigger the event. 10? No. So we have to go again. And I think we'll just chain activate over to here. We already ordered him once. He'll just spend his only action to plug this zombie with a shotgun. Firepower dice. It is damage 3 inside of 6 inches, which it is. So let's see what we can do. It's combat 4 here. And no other modifier. So 4 or less, hits twice, and that's going to be 2 armor checks. Damage 3, so a 3 or less to bounce these. Shotguns do good work. Although 1 will pass, the 6 will fail, and he bags the zombie. Multi-model unit has to all get killed to get an advance, so he's got some work to do still. 1 action though, so let's see if we get to go again, or if we get interrupted. So it's on a 9+ now we get interrupted. Oh, we do! Alright, so these guys immediately get to go. That was a 10. We're going to peel forward 4 inches, doing that zombie shuffle. Doing some kind of spooky ride. I just imagine like Geiger counter noises. Screaming Geiger counter noises right now as the radiation zombies hurtle towards the nearest model they can see. And they all get to go. And that's it. We're getting interrupted, which means we can activate over here 2 actions. We have hustle, but there's not a lot of point in hustling right now. We're just going to walk. Senior still goes 6. He's not quite as slow as the rookies are. Walk up here, and he's going to start blasting with his SMG. He'll blast the closest one. Combat 5, he's 4 or less. I think I gave him steady hands. I'm pretty sure I did. That's no, it's that Chrétien? Trudeau Senior. He's got hustle, never mind. So he has no bonuses because I gave him electric juice and a medkit, no red dot sight. Would have been smart to give that to the SMG, but a 1 will definitely hit, and so will a 2. So 2 rounds. Now, it's damage 0 though, so 6 or less to be okay. 8 and 9, it's dead. So splashes a zombie. Zombies have gone, so no more need to roll for that. We're going to head over here to Chrétien. He's got 3 actions. No, he's got 2 actions. He's not like solid. He's going to move around to here, and he's going to move again and take up cover behind this. Then we'll go with solid. He can move 6. He's got 3 actions. He's a vet. And over to here. And he's going to bolt toss. He's going to try and chuck a bolt over there. Activate that anomaly. Treat as a grenade throw. He's going to try and hum a piece of like just junk into there and see if you can rile up whatever's in there. So you have to imagine like you can hear the noises, like a clicking or a chattering or some kind of like murmur or something, a hum coming from in here. So we're going to roll to see what it is. So he's range 6. He's got steady hands for 7, but there is a crate in the way. So that's -1, and that's going to be back to a 6. So it's grenade toss, 1 die. Lands it. Activate this, we'll see what's in here. Roll the event. It's a 4. That's going to be some zombies. Favorite straitjacket ones. They're all like, maybe these are the workers that used to be in here that got found. So scattering off of there. 4 inches laterally. So the first one's going to land like right here. The next one, 4 inches forward. Yeah, you gotta think this place was once occupied by factory workers. 10 inches this way. So like right over here. This one, 9 inches back. So like back here. It's bad news bears for us. We're pretty outnumbered now. Okay, well, new round. Sorry, actually not new round. We have the one rookie, and he still has an action too. So I guess he could use his last action to take some shots. Try and plug this guy. Once again, he's got a piece of crate in the way, so -1. He's in range for his AK-74. He's got his red dot, so he's +1 again. He's +1 for steady hands, so +2 makes it an 8. -1 for cover makes it a 7. 3 shots, 7 or less. All hits. 3 armor rolls. Damage 1, so 5 or less to make these. The 1 and the 4 will pass. The 8 will not, however, and he gets splat. Activate. They do, immediately. So they're all going to come up 4. It's a good thing we killed that one. I'm on up 4, because they've appeared. This one can see, so he'll come 4 forward as well. You can see the rook over here, which is Benny. So he's going to run towards Benny. And they're all done. And it's just JT. He's just going to make sure he's with his buds. So he's going to head forward 6. Doing okay. That was just turn 1. We're on to turn 2. Got a couple turns left. There's a lot of zombies around, though. And so it's initiative to us. They might all immediately jump us, though. So I guess we start with the boss. He could literally dumpster all 3 of these guys. But I think what he's going to do is he's going to actually order him to do it, because he's got a better chance of killing. He'll order... Or do I order him to aim? I'll order him to fire. He'll order him to fire. He's going to shotgun that zombie. Within 6. He has 4 or less with 3 dice. Gets him with a 3. And that means that we're looking for -3 because he's inside of 6. So 3 or less, he'll pass. That's a 6. He spots on the zombie. Do it again, or we do it ourselves? We'll shoot ourselves now. So 3 shots of the AK-74 into here. He's got his red dot sight, so it's on a 6. Goes down to a 7, or up to a 7, sorry. 1, 2. 2 hits. 1, so 5 or less to save these. 4 and a 3, passes both. Uh-oh. I guess we just order a shotgun guy to do it again. No, we'll just shoot ourselves. One more time. 7 or less, or 8 or less. 1, 2, 3, and then fails them all. Gets exploded. So all the boss's actions, and so now let's see if we have to get jumped on a 10. No, it's a 6. So I guess we'll have Benny go. Yeah, let's have Benny go. And he's just going to use his 1 action to shotgun the zombie, again within 6. 4 and a 3 will both hit, inside of 6, so damage 3 against armor 6. 6 and 6 will fail. Spots that. Killed 3 out of 4, so I'm going to give him the advance for that. Alright, so 9 plus now they all activate. That's a 9! Here we go! Uh-oh. Who's closest? It's you. So you're going to get charged. And then this one's also going to come running forward 4. That's the last zombie on the table. Let's go now. And I think we're just going to go straight over to Chrétien and have him make some punches against the zombie. So the zombie is firepower 1 with teeth and claws, 0 damage, and same for Chrétien. So we'll use different color die. Green will be the zombie. And it's combat 4 to his combat 5. That will definitely hit. 0 against 6, though. He breaks its brain. Good job. Smashes it. 1 action left, so I guess he'll use his red dot on this poor zombie. The sniper, he's got steady hands too, so +2, so 5 goes to 7 or less. Cranks it, damage 4. 1 or 2, nope, headshot. And that's just the boss, and Benny and Chrétien gone. So I guess we'll move over to you there, Trudeau Jr., or Senior rather, and you'll move. You can move 6 because you're trained. Up to here, and then move 6 again on the objective. Data record is a complex task. He has to pass will checks 3 times to get it out. And once that's out, then we can hopefully do our thing and get it back off the table. And we also want to go search this. So we're actually going to activate, I think, solid. He's going to go 6 and then 6 again. And then try and inspect this location. A deep zone, so we got to make that that salvage action, and let's see if we can find it. It's 2 actions too. That's a complex action. And that means that, sorry, hotspots can only search once, exception this is the model has a salvager ability, sorry. So we're just searching it once. So it's 1 action. Very likely that we don't get an anomaly, but if we roll a 6, we do. And it's going to be salvage plus maybe a piece of equipment. 1, some salvage worth 200. And that has now been searched. We found something cool, maybe some bodies had some stuff on them. And that's it. And then it's just JT. And he's going to head 5 over to here. Back up everybody on this side. Turn 3. We got 1 zone left to clear. We got to break into this thing as well. So we'll start with the boss. We're going to hustle up 6 just to make sure we're covering the zone. And then we're going to order him to start breaking into that thing. He has to make a will check. Senior's will 5 or less. He fails. Do we do it again? Yeah, we'll order him again. Fails. Then we'll, I guess, just activate him. He has 2 tries. He's trained. 5 or less. Cranks it once. Fails second time. We'll have Benny go. He's going to walk up 6. Start exploring the zone next turn. We'll have JT do the same thing. Sorry, he goes up 5 rather. He should be 1 inch back. They only move 5. Everybody else moves 6. Taking the zone. Now, you're going to go over here solid, and while he tries to break into the data recorder, you're going to actually do a search action and see what you can find in the truck. 2 moves to get to the truck. Third one will be to actually like look inside. Get up on the roof there. You can do it. You know, lots of movement. His will 6. He didn't need to actually pass will check. He just needed to roll in the salvage table. He got a 3, so he found salvage value at 500. It's just the man, the legend over here that is creating. He's going to go 6 just to sit over here, and then his second skill is going to climb and go 3 up onto the rooftop. Didn't trigger an anomaly. That's good news. Turn 4. It's getting scary. We got to try and break into this thing, so we've only succeeded once. So we'll start with John A. He's going to order Chrétien to try and look inside again. No, sorry, Trudeau to try and look inside again. So will 5. He breaks in one more time. Order him again. He fails, and then he's going to chuck a bolt at this anomaly. Oh, he actually can't see it. He's going to order Benny in. He goes 5 though. He's going to go 5 over to here. Get in there, Benny. Go check it out with your shotgun. Second order, we're just going to have Benny walk over. So he gets within 3 of it when he walks over to here. That's what he's going to do. He's going to dip over. Let's roll and see what it is. 1 action. It's 5. Rad ghouls this time. Uh-oh. So 4 rad ghouls. Scatter from. The first one's just right there. Next one is 8 inches to the side. So it's going to be over here. Next one is 5 inches back. In behind. Last one is right over here. Surprise! Activate. That was my 1, 2 second activation. So 8 plus. No, go again. We're gonna start with you. Plug this guy. So you have your red dot and your steady hand. So 3 shots at +2. So on 8s. You got him 3 times. Damage 1 against armor 6. So 5 or less. That's an unghoul. Second one, you just pivot and try and shoot the guy on top of the boxes. So you have some obscuring trees there for -1, but again, you're +2. So 7 or less with 3 shots. 1, 2, 3. And then it is armor 6, so 5 or less. Fails twice and also gets aced. Veteran, third action, you can shoot through the trees again, but you're going to be -1, -2 because it's 2 trees, and then +2 for red dot and your steady hands. So that'll be on 6s. 2 hits, and then 5 or less. Passes and fails. You kill a third one. What happens when he gets on top of the car? Alright, do they go? They don't. On the 7. Well, I think we just go with you, Chrétien. You're gonna snipe that guy with your SVD. And they're in the open, 1 piece of tree in the way. So you'll be +1 for your red dot, -1 for your tree, and then steady hands, so +2. So 5 turns into a 6. Hit, sorry. Damage 4, the SVD. He's dead. Give the advance to solid, because he has to try and get us out of here. Well, you're still yet to go, and so are you. So we'll activate Trudeau Senior, and he's going to try and tech test. That's the third one. So now he's got the flight recorder out. His second action, he's going to walk 6 and start taking it off the table. We'll have you act as escort there, JT. We're gonna turn 5. Oof, we're gonna make it off the board, hopefully for sure. We got the movement. I get this last piece of salvage. So you're gonna climb up 3 with a climb action. I think the boss has to order you to do that. So you go up there, the boss ordered you to move, and then he'll order you to search. Search finds. Ooh, not an anomaly, but it's something good. Salvage at 350 plus 1 roll on the basic equipment table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll re-roll 6s. We found a 2, which is some electric juice. Somebody's stash was in there. That's John A. all done with the shouting. So we'll go back over to solid. He'll take a step down to a climb action, and then he'll move 6 and 6 again. And head over here, just watch the way out. We'll move to the edge with Benny. That's all you can really do because you can't climb this turn. We'll climb down with Chrétien, and then we'll walk around 6 with Trudeau Senior, and head 6 to here with JT. 6, we've accomplished our final objective, which means all we're really doing is ordering to climb down 3, order him to move 5, order him to move 5 again. He'll be over here at the end of the game, and the boss is watching the way out. We'll exit with JT, we'll exit with Chrétien. He can't exit, or he could exit actually, so he'll walk off. Sorry, it was climb, move. He moved on his own. He actually had 1 action left, which means he could back up 6 to here too. At the end of the game, it's just Benny and John A. watching them withdraw. We didn't lose anybody. We fulfilled our mission objective. We get plus 25% script right now because of the solo mission, which means for the 1,050 we found, we're going to get an extra 25%, so 12.5 plus 250, so 265 roughly. 262, so let's say 1310, 1312 is what we got. In the zone script, though, we lose 10% to our benefactor, and that ends us with 1181. And we head back to the stalls to go buy some stuff, drop our data recorder off with our payday, our paymaster, whatever the shadowy figure was that was paying us to do this, and start looking at what's for sale. Advances, we got a lot. So we wiped out 3 zone hostile units, which is going to give us 3. We got 5 for doing the mission objective, 3 for every salvage we got. So, and then 1 for every guy that survived. So 6 plus 3 killed is 9, plus 3 hotspots is 12, plus 5 for the mission objective is 17 advances. Sounds like a lot, but a model stat's 10. Additional equipment slots 10, a new skill is 15, and a promotion is for every 5 missions a player model survives, they are promoted to the next experience level. We're going to bank 7 and spend 10 on a stat increase, because the only way we can actually increase a veteran's stats and have John A's combat ability go to 7. I feel like that's a fair trade. He led a successful mission to go get some salvage. We've also got 1,100 in the bank. It doesn't really buy us much, but we didn't use any of our grenades or med packs in this mission, so I feel like we just bank our cash going into the next one. We're also survived a mission. If they survive 5 without going out of action, they will go up our rank, which means their stats go up to the next rank level. So it's almost worth just trying to keep these guys alive and spend the advances on the veterans, because they can't get promoted anymore, but everybody else can. So, and then we get stat increases for free then just for surviving. So there we go, back into the zone. Now we managed to bank a bit of script for the first excursion. Didn't lose anybody, but we're gonna go deeper into the zone next turn, into threat level 2, which means all the baddies will have 2 actions. There'll be 5 zones that we have to try and contend with, and we'll roll up another random mission objective. So we'll see you for that in 2 weeks. Big thanks for watching. Until then, I'm Ash. Happy gaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Deathray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.